Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic night, and welcome back to the Snake's Den stream here for ESEA Advanced Season 40. We got an exciting matchup tonight. My name is Cornell Hermati, and tonight we have Snake's Den going up against God of Blast. Yes, that is correct. Over on Dust 2. Now, this is an interesting match for several reasons. Most matches are interesting, but tonight particularly so because, arguably Snake's Den coming into this match with their last changes of potentially making playoffs, and um, coming into this with a couple of roster changes as well. I think, what was it? 3 days ago they brought in a new player. Let me check just to make sure. Yeah, they brought in Globe, and so I don't think we've yet to see them in action because the last match was over on the 3rd. But heading into Dusty today, as I said, they are playing for their last chances to make playoffs, and it'll be the first time we see them on Dust 2, and so there's a couple of interesting aspects heading into this match in that regard, because over on the side of God of Blast, they're currently 3-7 with one forfeit win to go as they head to the later stage of the season. So they're no longer playing for playoffs, they just want to stay in advance for the time being. Definitely still a notable achievement. Not very many people can hang in advance, and so they're looking to try to seal that achievement for the most part, but considering them being 3-7, one of those, as I said, one of those games is a forfeit win. But this is their 4th time we'll be seeing them on Dust 2, one of those being a legitimate win. And so, out of the 2 games they've actually played and won, one of those was on Dust 2, and heading into it for the 4th time, I'm sure they've got a lot coming into this, because if I remember correctly, they also haven't made a roster change for the entire season, essentially. And so, definitely going to be more comfortable in the server. Snake's Den are going to be relying on having a little bit more upsetting pace. If you can deny God of Blast's game plan, that's got to be the goal going into this, because honestly, there is not much other choice. It's difficult to play tactics against tactics against a team that comes into this with a lot more official experience on the map. And so, I guess off the back of that, let me take a look at the server real quick. We don't actually have very many people in the server at all, but we do have 10 minutes left before forfeit time, and that usually means 10 minutes before match start. So with that said, I'll bring it back to the music just for a little while longer, and we'll be right back with us too. So we do have 9 players in the server now, just a couple more moments, and we should be ready to go with our knife round. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. We do have 10 players on the server starting off the night round here on Dust 2. Snake's Den versus God of Blast. Definitely looking to be an interesting game as we head into the later stages of this season. And this map presenting a lot of unknown factors to us. Snake's Den coming to this game with another roster change, at least not one that has previously played a match. And I guess 2 roster changes shortly before that as well. So God of Blast definitely going to be handed games on their terms, I will say. Or gunfights on their terms, because Snake's Den's not going to have a beat roster right now that's too, I don't want to say coordinated, but they're not going to have everything in order right now. And so, Dust 2, probably even the best map for them to be playing in this sort of situation, because you can lean towards pugging out a little bit more often, and against a T-side, or I guess a T-side that could be oriented somewhat like God of Blast, where you're playing this map for the 4th time. Some of those little nuances could be broken by a pace changer, I guess that Snake's Den could bring into the server with a little bit less, I guess, in-the-moment coordination because of the lessened amount of reps that they've had in a server like this. But here we go into the pistol round. Kennen will grab him and his team. Smoke and 1 flashbang to work with, and so far, God of Blast playing this a little bit slowly, anticipating some sort of lower push, but instead it will be Snake's Den hiding towards the B side and pushing there over towards Long Globe. The new addition to this roster, which is yet to be seen. Playing closer towards the door as the bomb lurks on the other end. But, I mean, yeah, for the most part, this game, because it's Dust 2, I'm confident in saying that this could go either way. If this was any other map, I would say Snake's Den, just due to the nature of the game, would be severely behind pace, but Chewy finding some early contact, only trading a couple shots, but the rest of the team is starting to work their way up towards Cat, and so if Chewy gets caught between the CT gunfight. He could find the wrong side of a lot of these players. The smoke's going to come out. That's going to conceal the entries follow suit shortly afterwards. The flashbang not going to find any impact, though, in the early entries dropping through shortly after Blast. I'm sorry, Cam, not Blast. That's the team name. Sorry. Able to find one before Chewy responds shortly afterwards. And so the bomb is going to work its way down, but only in a 2v4 situation, and up towards Cat. Tense is running his way through with his teammate Omod right behind him. They switch positions, and all of the T's starting to drop all over the map. The kill feed goes blue, and Snake's Den find themselves a pistol round. It's a very comfortable A retake, but unfortunately, this doesn't really end on a good note because this is us two. T-side's getting bomb plants almost guarantees they'll force back into the gun round, and you don't really need that much utility on a map like Dust 2 to make it work, and so I could expect them to not only come back into this with the gun round, but, you know, potentially come up with something better than that. But, you know, actually, I take it back. Pistols on the board for them. A little bit more discipline than I think I was expecting. That does mean these pistols will be fighting. Let's see if the M4s of this CT side. The time being, as long control starts to be aggressed, mid control next on the cards, but Globe's pushing up towards the long doors, and inside is Goat ready and waiting. Unfortunately, out towards mid. Contact's also been made, and the clocks just aren't finding any not finding any kills. Sorry, is up towards Cat. Chewy drops another. Pistols definitely not having as much impact, but is expected, right? Eco round. Can't really ask yourself for too much, and so all down to Zombie up against 5. Potential teammates on the line, but Omod stuck towards the B bomb site. Zombie would have to rotate his way through quite spectacularly to give this to teammates to Snake's Den, but you know, you never know. 50 seconds left to work with. He looks to be hunting him down, and indeed he'll find the kill towards the end. So 2 in a row for Snake's Den, but got a blast. Investing into the third. It will be the first, I would say, buy round we've got from both teams, but Snake's Den definitely not in a full buy round situation. If Moss and MP9 still on the line, this is a bonus round for the time being. No control over towards Long. Zombie is being sent out and hit by that Molotov. The blue boxes aren't going to be contested for the time being, but they definitely spotted a Zombie going out, and he misses every shot of that spray. Congestion not looking to be given up. Cam still behind the blue boxes. Molotov going to force him out, and he needs to fall back here, but instead he finds a kill, but right through the back of it. Jackie comes up, finds one through the edge of the smoke. Pence needing to come huge here, but instead he finds 2 dinks. That might just be enough. 2v3 situation. The T side resets, and Omod's looking for something towards mid. Slow are the plays, and without any information over towards A, Omod starts shifting back towards B. Unfortunately for them, this MP9 at close range. Omod doesn't get flashbangs here. I could almost guarantee this will be a free double for him. It's over towards mid, though. Blast finds a late rotate kill, and that might just sway their opinion to rotate back towards A. Towards Cat, bomb's going to be sent, and the ankle's being cut off by Omod. He could find that one kill over the top of the smoke. Oh, just playing with his food, but unfortunately the smoke obscures his vision for the time being, and the kill escapes him. This 1v3 just got a whole lot more dangerous. Lining them up. Oh man, somehow not killing the first kill there, despite dealing the first damage. Cannon will go down, and so in for the 2v1, but the bombs planted somewhat for long. And actually, he might be able to defuse here, but Molotov will almost surely seal the deal. Looking for this kill, though. Omod's hungry. It's going to be broke out here to get the kill towards the end. Got a blast respawn in their first gun round, and Snake's Den barely don't make it work on the back of that bonus round. I mean, yeah, it has to be said, though. 4 rifles dropped. Got a blast. Do come back into this with a round win, but Snake's Den with the immediate reinvestment as a result of them winning those first 2 rounds and pushing up mid. Jackie's looking to change the pace. This is the kind of thing I was talking about, where situations like this are so easy to make when, I guess, you don't have a predefined structure to go off of, and so those early kills going to be traded out. It's 4v4. But it's going to force the T side to start to slow down the pace. You can't go for crazy moves when you don't know what the CT side's going to make of themselves. Okay, my frame rate's absolutely losing itself. Over towards long. Olivia tries to lurk their way out, immediately dropping. That does hand the man advantage back over to Snake's Den as ADV smoke coming through, and over towards the B bomb side. Omad drops as well. That does leave Globe over towards mid. Information in his favor. I'm almost certain that he caught 2 over towards the B bomb side, and so this retake identified. Cam on the offensive. He's just waiting for some noise cues, some sort of information to go off of to swing here. I'm sure he'll try to at some point. Jiggle coming through. Molotov isolating Chewy out towards the door, though. Cam just biding his time. This gunfight's dangerous in towards the flank. Kill starting to come through. Cam decides the timing is now, and all the kills going in favor of Snake's Den in the kill feed. I am curious, so, I mean, I've been having frame rate issues for months now. It's probably a combination of the HUD, the stream, the game, a lot of things. How noticeable is it on stream? Because if it's not noticeable on stream, I won't try to fix it. But if it's really bad, I will. Regardless of the frame rate issues, though, Snake's Den covering off the back of the force buy and got a blast. Because they lost those 4 rifles in that round that they won, they've got nothing left to work with heading into this round. A couple bits of armor, Tech 9s to work with, but for the most part, they're playing the buy in the next round as, well, that long utility denies them control for the time being. Flash will send them up. Cat Globe spotting a couple shoulders, and that just leaves Jackie up and close and personal to deal with this AK in hand. But, oh, there's so many people on the other side of this, and boosting over it, he might just get caught off guard by this. Barely missing that. I'm sure that was spotted. Eagles so close yet so far. Towards Cat. Tech 9's looking to make their way through. Time in their favor, but unfortunately, weaponry isn't enough to be able to make use of it properly. Jackie will drop the bomb, looking strong for a second, but can't quite recover for any more. Instead, he'll be chewing the bomb site to grab the rest of them with a nice 3K off the back of the AK-47. Snake's Den bringing themselves to a 4th as got a blast fumble with the eco round. Let me check something real quick. Because if I'm streaming at... Yeah, maybe if I stop streaming at 60 FPS, that would solve some problems, but forcing the way out towards long. Cannon's not firing a single shot despite being knocked down so low. Cam's also made his way out. Playing in the smoke, Jackie's found an early opening, but the flash finds even more kills than the server, but trades all over the board. In less than 20 seconds into the round, we're in a 3v2 situation. Towards long. The remaining 2 terrorists looking to try to find some impact. But information lacking for Snake's Den. Omad's aggressed in towards the tunnels and slowly starting to find it. We'll reveal that God of Blast have worked their way out towards long, and the remaining 2 players are looking to try to fend themselves off. Or find themselves into an A-take situation. Time still somewhat in their favor. 50 seconds left as the bomb starts to push its way up, but no one's watching this cross. 10's going to be smoked off. Nothing he can do much about this time. Molotov will deny the bomb point for the time being. That's huge. And around the smoke, 10's finds the Opper. It's Olivia, 24 HP. Swinged up from Cat. Global find the kill. Snake's Den up 5-1. So, great work so far from Snake's Den CT side. They're finding the right momentum, but unfortunately, it has to be said that they're more in control of the game economically right now than anything. God of Blast are investing into a lot of these rounds that just barely not enough utility to work with, and I guess when they do come in with the right guns, they've immediately start dropping a couple of players off of spawn. And so I also want to see a slower default coming out of them where they find the early kills, almost like they did earlier in the one round they won. Just finding the right kills, playing the right timings, finding the lurks, and then just forcing you into a bomb site as a group. But, I mean, earlier out this round, too, they're forcing their way out towards mid with the pistols. The double upset of Snake's Den looks to meet them. Globe spots an ankle. Refresh on the CT smoke. We'll look to send the rest of these Ts up towards the B bomb site, but Globe can't connect off the back of that flick. Op down and in towards the B bomb site. Oman has to stand true, but the A1S only good for so many bullets, and now out of them. That will force the rest of these CTs to try to take control of the situation. Now towards mid, they do. But Op recovered. Throat Goats looking to try to make something out of this bad situation. Immediately lowered as the bomb goes down. Cam in for a 1v2. Sneaking his way around the door. This might not last very long, and the Deagle's not connecting. Not successful. Not a single more kill gained as bullets traded for tents, and the Op recovered as well. Snake's Den will find their 6th, and still lacking momentum on the T side, but it's okay. Bomb plant required, and now they'll have every bit of economy they'll need heading into this next gun round. Oh, I had a moment there, had a cough. My apologies, but we're back into this. Round number 8. And this is the slower pace I was expecting to see from God of Blast. They've been shut down early so many of these last few rounds. They need a little bit of time to assess their options. Because options are not really something they've had. At least not for the time being. A minute, 5 seconds left on the clock, and Cat control the first to be taken by the T side, but uncontested. There will be a little bit more room to work with, but time's starting to tick now, and there's still plenty of utility to work with on this T side, but without these early entries, they might struggle in the retake situations as they have been in these last few rounds. That Molotov went to do a good job of denying some control for the time being. I don't think the smoke hit. Actually, it did. It did hit exactly as it wanted, so perhaps if the molly was slightly earlier, we could have been talking about something different, but no. 4 players up towards Cat as the re-smoke comes through, and it will be Jackie with the op to try to contest with this, but none of his flashes blinded, but this shot misses nonetheless. Early kill going the way of Cam and out towards Long. Tense finding the last kill, the lurk kill. It does leave the bomb in a retake situation up towards Cat. Throat can be traded out, but the trade goes 2 ways. 3v2 situation as the bomb looks to try to find the way this T side. Zombie responding with the op after the plant. Up towards Cat. Tense looking to try to find an opening. These distracted some attention. Does make way for Globe to work his way up. Kills isolated. This would have been a beautiful first shot. Unfortunately, Cam's on his toes right now, and that's an excellent second round that we actually wanted to see out of God of Blast. Maybe not for this stream. If you're any fans of this T side right now, or just of the game in general, you'll appreciate that slowdown of pace and a decisive take out towards A. And I mean, there's so many factors that still could have gone wrong. Or maybe it did go wrong for God of Blast, and they still pulled out the win towards the end. The alert kill out towards Long. Imagine if they could have planted for a long situation. I mean, you have to imagine the situation ends a lot differently as well. Potentially even more kills in their favor. But I mean, Chewy looking to change up the pace. This is more just randomness. The Dust 2 is just perfect for it. MP9 not going to find more than a couple dinks though, unfortunately. Down to 7 HP. Kenan dropped as the save take starts to come through. Only Tense on the bomb site. Well, strong with the FAMAS. We'll grab 1, but unfortunately it's not just enough. 2v4 situation, playing around the smoke. Jackie not finding anything off the back of that shot, and economy low. They need to save this. They need to save it now. With the op in hand, heading to this late rounds, and oh, that's an absolutely necessary kill for Zombie. That op was needed for Snake's Den CT side, if anything, just to keep a couple kills going to this next round, because now, there's potential for this T-side to start to build the momentum of their own economy, and the same thing that punished them now stands to punish Snake's Den later in this half, so no one's looking to chase down Globe for the time being, but definitely looking to be a good game for the, I guess, yeah, in the later stages of this half. Six to 3. Snake's Den still lead, but the money now falling short. God of Blast gonna be hindered. A good opportunity to work your way back into this, but Deagle's up mid. Connect slightly. Blast gonna be able to respond as the rifles come true. Kennen finding himself a third as out towards Long. Olivia makes work of Globe towards the end. Scoreline starting to settle. Snake's Den and that last eco round, they still don't have enough money to buy back into this, and this is a tough situation because you'd have to potentially settle for closing the scoreline a little bit more, but you don't really have another choice because buying into a gun run like this, you're facing a fully equipped T-side, you know their economy's strong as well, it's a risk that's not worth taking. And recognizing that, bought into this with a couple Deagles. Starting to push their way in towards tunnels, it is going to be Kennen to meet him. Traded out. Solo mod left, the Deagle finds the trade that does force the rest of this T-side up towards Cat, though. 4 players looking to find the right openings based off that push in towards tunnels, not wanting to let the CT side settle with the information that they were given, and so it will be Chewy rotating back up through CT, but just not really able to contest anything as Control will be taken back over towards Long. A sneaky flick with the Deagle, but nothing else is Cat Control fully secured for this post plant. Excellent flashbang, though. That opens up this retake. The Deagle starting to find a couple of kills, I would have thought, but it is only one. It's over in the bomb site. Can't find that kill towards Long, and Omod picks up 2 off the back of the AK. This 1v1 situation, bomb's not in his favor, but even this last kill could be worth it for Cam. 10-second marker gone. Cam finding the kill towards the end. 4 rifles dropped for the side of God of Blast. That's exactly what you wanted if you're Snake's Den. The win would have been nice, but they'll definitely be happy to drop all that economic potential. Double op setup. Back in store. Heading up towards Long early. Zombies posted and the flick misses. That does leave them out of contention for Long. They fall back looking to reassess towards mid as the bomb rotates its way back towards B. Throw Goat in aggressive positioning, but we do have Omod. Hasn't really met much contact over towards the tunnels so far this game, but finding that first kill, needing to stay strong. Can't quite recover for the spray in the second, but dropping the smoke. Biding time for his team to start to rotate back through. Cam drops the kill in the back of the bomb site, though, and all of a sudden, T-side numbers looking strong. Molotov forces Globe into an aggressive position, and it burns him down to the ground. Chewy. That wasn't even through the door, that was just through this gap. I thought that might have been a wall bang, but no, smoke drops another kill. And now every last bit of Molotov wasted from this T-side as the bomb goes down. This is a potential retake that's on the cards. And one that I think Snake's Den will be happy to try to gamble with that kill. They might have to call it off. Information lacking. Jackie needing this early kill. Not hitting that flick. Surely they save in a situation like this. You can't really win a round like this anymore, especially in a map, a bomb site like B. And so Snake's Den concede everything they've got. God of Blast recovering to a 6. The scoreline settling. Equalized. And I don't know. I think partially that comes down to communication from Snake's Den. I don't think, especially in 3v2 retakes on a bomb site like B, it really isn't possible to try to make those work. At least not with the bomb ticking. You've already been locked out of the round by utility. You don't have any... Or I guess you might have had a flank going, but it was immediately locked out of the round. And so, regardless though, Snake's Den looking to force back into this with a little bit of money. Not everything they had, but get over towards tunnels. Another kill going the way of this T side will leave Omad on his lonesome up against 5. There's the first, but so many people on his tail looking to recover that gun back, and indeed, Cam will find another. He's looking great this game. If we open up the scoreboard real quick, Cam on 15, Kenan on 11. Been talking about them a lot so far, and over on the side of Snake's Den, Chewy and Tense coming up huge. Chewy, a very standard name in the server. I know a lot of people in the stream will be happy to see him up on the scoreboard, but Tense coming in, I think, within the last week, currently 10 and 7, and Globe, the new one to the roster, currently 5 and 7 as well. Most of his kills were, if I remember correctly, towards the early stages of the half. As this pause comes through, I'm gonna try to see if I can fix some of the frame rate issues I'm having, because this is not sustainable. Let's see. Hold on. What am I looking for? Okay, there's video. Maybe if I lower this. If this crashes my game, we'll find out. Oh, did I get it? Okay. Seems like some of the textures are messed up, but as long as the frame rates are somewhat better, we'll be okay. I'll, for the next stream, try to figure something else out to make sure the frame rates are a little bit more stable, but got a blast. Taking control of this game for, I think, I can't remember who won the pistol. I think it was them. No, it was Snake's Den. Snake's Den won the pistol. They won the follow-up. They lost the 3rd round and started building momentum off of that. And so this will be this T-Side's first round lead heading into this game as they look to try to close out the half in their favor. 6 to 7. 2 rounds to go in this half as the bomb starts to shift its way over towards B early, but no early information for them, and over towards Long. The terrorists immediately forced back off. So much damage being done already. The Lurk making its way out. Zombie being dropped to solo HP as well. Just one well-placed nade, if these players were grouped together, could be such a disaster for this T side, but now starting to shift up towards Cat. Molotov denying yet even more control. And the nade going deep. And being dropped to even lower HP, so a minute 5 seconds left on the clock, and Cam's looking for a sneaky kill up towards the bomb site. Potentially extending a little bit further, but refire angle on the cards, looking for more. It will be the opt to find another kill, and off the back of that, CT sides, they baited up towards the A bomb site, but there's still 2 players sitting on B ready and strong as the B split starts to work its way through. Flashbang from Globe, ready to find Chewy another kill. It's going to be all down to Kenan here to make the split work, and no kill for him. It's going to be the rest. And all of a sudden, all down to Throat. Looking to try to make the B bomb site work all on his own, and Chewy standing strong, finding himself a double on the B bomb site. 7 to 7, Snake's Den recovering towards the latter stages of the half, but one more round to go. Got a blast. Have everything to invest into this. Towards Long. Throat considered working his way out, but once again the utility denies him. Very standard on a map like Dust 2, but worth pointing out that even more control has been denied. Yet Flashbang looked to potentially send Kenan out mid, but Chewy reads the timing. All topping off the doors will force the rest of this T side up towards Cat, but Jackie's in an aggressive position. The shoulder, if it gets spotted out, could make the difference. And oh no, the flick really doesn't connect, but going off for the follow-up finds the kill. Towards B though, kill's gonna be traded out. Blast found an opening. Which was promptly eliminated, but the rest of the kills a little bit further away in this round. Chewy has to now focus attention between 2 angles. He's alone on this B bomb site as the Blaster looking to try to focus attention back, but I think they've missed the gamble here. Bomb starting to rotate its way back up towards spawn. Kenan's on an aggressive position out towards mid. Bomb starts to focus attention out towards long. It will be Globe, the new player on the roster, to try to contest with this. Holding strong with the A1S, finds a first kill. As the bomb goes down, but Zombie's ready to recover behind it. Jackie off the back of the op, looks to try to make it work. 20 seconds left as the bomb all the way in the long corner. Kenan just looking for kills at this point, but instead it's going to be Jackie to swing back off with the op. Find Snakes Den their 8th round, and that's a very solid half from them. But when you take into consideration everything that happened there, winning the pistol, they did lose the first gun round. It was the bonus round from Snakes Den. We saw a little bit of momentum coming from them, but as the economic situation started to deteriorate, Got a Blast building the momentum of their own, and then towards the later stages of the half, when money was kind of strong for both teams, we did see a little brawl of back and forth to some rounds to bring us to the 8-7 scoreline we see right now is entering into this second half. Yeah, Jackie, better T-side player, absolutely. So I guess while you guys are in chat, I know I asked earlier, I don't think anyone responded. How's the frame rate on the stream in terms of the game? Because I know on my end, I'm seeing a lot, but I know because Twitch, compression, all this stuff, it might look bearable for you guys. Interesting boost coming out towards the catwalk, but unfortunately the timing's been abused by Snakes Den as the cross starting to be made. A classic mistake to not wait out the smokes being dropped, especially if no early contact's been made, but early goosh as well as the bomb finds its way down. The long post plant secured. This is a very dangerous situation for the CT side. If they can't find these entries in early, they're going to be forced to try to contest the bomb later on. They do have a smoke to drop on towards the bomb site, but Globe ready and waiting. Early Glock shots missing, but finding the follow-up, and excellent work from him. Started to run out of bullets. The third kill will elude him. And the burst not going to find its mark either. All down to Chewy on the bomb site. P250 in hand. Needs to find both of these kills. P250 connecting, though, finding the first kill. And through the smoke, Throat Goat gonna connect, and the defuse surely going to come through. Second pistol round being won out by them, and the scoreline settling 8-8. Alright, thank you, Tyler Guy. I appreciate it. Round number 17, Snakes Den. Forced back into this. This is exactly the opposite situation we saw Got a Blast in on their own T side. They opted to save for the full gun round. Instead, we'll see Snakes Den lurk their way out long. 2 Galils, an AK, a Scout, and a Deagle. And just enough utility to cross if needed. Olivia with the flashbang. Going for the swing, spots out 3. You can see the rotations. It starts to drag through, but Olivia wants more kills off the edge of the smoke, finding several, but the Galil through the smoke instead. Gonna find some connections on the bomb site. Kenan once more dropping. Shortly afterwards, though, Chewy finding 2 up towards the catwalk. Take is on towards CT and going for those kills. Man, Chewy's hungry for more. Excellent 3 kills from him off the back of the Galil, and Globe just needing to stay alive here to keep this kill away. That could be dangerous. Instead, it's going to be Tense to give it up, and Blast finding their 9th round through the side of the car. Throat Goat going to be able to make it work. 9-8. The force buy will be shut down, but after another bomb plant and the extra money for the Blast bonus here, Got a Blast will be given, I guess, another Lego piece to stand on here. I could almost assure us, you know, there you see on your screens, the gun round starting to come through again, but this time, we're going to be seeing essentially equal weaponry coming out on the board. 4 M4s to work with, a FAMAS for Olivia, 3 AKs on the board, and 2 Galils. These are very even weapons as control starts to be taken out towards long. Kenan looking strong with the A1S though, but the rest of the players too far to trade. Got a Blast will concede. Pace has been accelerated. 4 players in towards long. You can't stick around here for too long because the information is now not in your favor. You don't know what kind of flanks are working their way up. Double cross smokes to, I guess, seal the deal. It's up towards Boost. Cam looking strong with the back of the M4. 4 kills for him. 22 kills in the server right now. He's going huge. He's definitely the only player in the server right now that's I don't want to say the only player, but he's definitely one of the players for Got a Blast that's coming up huge in the situations that Snakes Den absolutely don't want him to. Off the back of that, no bomb plant this time around, and especially with not enough kills to speak of, Snake's Den save into this round with the Deagles. Look to try to find some opening towards mid. Olivia finds the kill through the door. The shoulder just enough to commit to that spray. The flashbang out mid does send Olivia packing. Trade starting to come through. Confidence from Olivia here against the Deagles. Great work. We'll leave Chewy on his own. The Deagle spam might just find Olivia looking the wrong way, but no, the USP will deliver. Olivia finds 4. And the round difference starting to build in the favor of God of Blast. If I'm Snake's Den, this is the point where I start to pause. You need to figure out your game plan right now, because while it's not all or nothing at this point, every round you lose after this point is just added pressure. And so you want to go into these last 3 rounds with an exact plan of what you want to try to get figured out, because if you start to falter at this point, you don't have a chance to figure out alternatives. And especially with a newer assembly of this roster, as we see in a situation like this, you might want to give yourself time to talk about things like that, because things that might be intuitive in previous iterations of the roster, you might have to talk about. How do we want to address the post-play situations? How do we want to address these early mid rounds? A lot of these situations. We take control out towards here. What are we starting to look for? Because, especially on the side of God of Blast, we're seeing them find a lot of these multi-kills. So far not this time around. A minute left on the clock as they start to force their way up towards cap. The smoke will deny them control. With that smoke in hand, Snake's Den forced to contest over back towards long. It's a nice Molotov to delay the time just a little bit longer, but alone in pit is Olivia and 3 terrorists on the other side. As the flash looks to send them through. Olivia won't be blinded by this, but it's not the point. Point is to send these 2 terrorists out. The entry's coming through, and Olivia being dropped immediately. That leaves Kenan alone at the bomb site between 2 angles. The nade going deep, though that was intended for Goose, but Kenan, or A1S in hand, immediately being dropped, leaves Cam in a good situation, finding 2, one of them through the smoke, and that does put the bomb down, but in a 2v3 situation, and Jackie injured with the op in hand. Snake's Den need an early kill here. God of Blast don't have the utility to respond back into this. Finding it though, the AK almost finding the multi-kill, but Zombie able to turn around quick enough to trade out his teammate, and the op not finding anything from Jackie. That does place God of Blast on 12, and another gun round falling short for Snake's Den. Concern starting to build. That's for sure. It's strange too, because I would say in the first half, we saw a lot of the late round situations going in favor of Snake's Den, and I want to say the opposite this time around. We seem to be seeing these early mid rounds benefiting Snake's Den to a degree. But then when the hit comes in towards the bomb site, they just can't find the right openings to put themselves in advantageous post plants. But this time we'll see up towards Cat, God of Blast looking to aggress their way and disrupting at least some sort of control. Head potentially being spotted. Oman not going to be able to follow up on the back of it. Shots up towards mid. Blast. I keep saying Blast. I'm looking at the second name instead. It's Throat Goat. We brought down a little bit. Keep fully blind. Globe. Finding 2. I'm not sure where the other kills were gone from Tense, but somehow we do end up with Zombie being left alone up against 4. The op towards B will find him a missed shot, but Chewy! That shot straight through the door brings Snake's Den to 9. Game's not over just yet. Next gun round on the board. Op out towards long as Jackie finds himself an early opening. No response from the CT side as Jackie flees away, but Zombies found an early aggressive angle down towards the tunnels, but the timing no longer ready for him to work with. Falls his way back to the doors as cat control looks to be taken by Chewy. Zombies still going on the aggressive. I wonder if they can see his rifle, but oh my. This is dangerous. Zombies playing with fire here. I mean, he's well aware that Globe is taking control up towards Cat. That flick, not connecting either. Zombie gonna be forced out. There's plenty of damage being dealt by this T side. You can see this time. Got a blast. They position 2 players up towards long. They don't want to even contest with the idea of being flanked in a situation like this. You're a man down. You play for the retakes if you can, but most importantly, you keep the B bomb site in your favor. Because if these 2 players up towards long end up in a retake situation with the B, on the B bomb site, there's almost no way they get back into it, and they're immediately going to commit to a save. But Olivia's found timing. Unfortunately, it's not going up towards Cat as the B bomb take starts to come through. Throatgoat pulling anti for the flashbangs. His teammate falls on the bomb site behind him and caught between too many players, going down as well. I'm not sure what happened over towards A, but Chewy has found his way up as well. But Olivia on the mid flank finds one. If he can recover that op, might just be useful enough. Chewy's on the hunt, though. Don't think he'll let Olivia save this op. Indeed, Chewy will drop a second in the round as the op looks to be recovered. 26 kills for him. Absolutely shining for the stars in the server right now. Cam on 25. As mentioned, Chewy on 26. But I would say the rest of the teams, I guess both teams, the scoreboard's looking pretty even. I don't think anyone's really not pulling away for the time being. It really just comes down to, it's not are you winning the right gunfights, or are you winning gunfights at all? And I would say almost everyone on the server is. It really just comes down to, Cam and Chewy at this point do seem to be farming, and up towards Cat we see Got a Blast looking, try to find an early opening. No one's going to be able to catch this. Even towards the tunnels, Tense can be able to find an early opening and running back through spawn. Olivia gonna get caught off by the op in hand. So Cam, P2K finding an early headshot and a dink onto the second. Zombie's gonna want to try to trade that, but no. Dink is all it's going to be as in towards the B bomb site. Kennen falls shortly afterwards. Sorry. Snake's Den. Only 1 round separates this team from the other. And the CT side recovering their economy into this next gun round. They have a little bit more to work with, but the op with just a smoke in hand. The M4 with about the same. There's not much utility to spare. Everything is going to be needed as early long control comes through. Snake's Den doing a good job at reading the utility. They understand there's not going to be much to contest with. So the cat control comes through and the gunshots going clean for Olivia. The crossfire's looking strong and immediately the gunfight's going in the favor of this CT side. And towards CT, Throatgoat finding another kill. So Jackie in for a 1v3 as the bomb needs to work its way down. This bomb is arguably the most important thing in this round. Even if Snake's Den don't win this out, it keeps them going economically just a little bit longer. Towards Cat. Zombie well positioned with his own op. Denies the 1v3. The defuse comes through. 13 to 11, sorry, will be the score line. But now plenty of money for both teams. Off the back of this, Jackie actually going to miss that flick. That's an excellent gunfight off the top of the round. Zombie going to be able to pick it up. Forced out from Palm as well. Chewy going to have to fall back. It's really opening from Zombie. He doesn't even need to try to go for another kill here. Snake's Den already forced onto the back foot. His aggressive positioning is everything. I'm just worried that being forced down to low HP, in exactly a situation like that, any sort of wallbang, even off the back of the rifle, could find you through the door, and indeed we'll see Zombie being traded out after all, not going to be able to make work of the op anymore. In the 4v4 situation, Snake's going to fake some cat control and work their way in towards the B bomb site. Kendon might have made a read on this. So there will be players ready to rotate in. He's out towards B. Early kill is going to go the way of Snake's Den. The trades are going to be too plentiful for the CT side. Molotov's denying them direct control. Cam not going to follow the way of his... I guess I forgot who it was in the last half. Someone burned out towards the window before. This 3v3 retake. That Molotov surely going to force God of Blast back onto the save. The money is not perfect enough to try to risk a round like this. There's still plenty of rounds on the line for them. And they're going to gamble on being able to make those work as Snake's Den with the B push. Find himself a bomb down. 3 players alive. A 12th round on the board. (13 to 12), and with those guns saved, God of Blast could reinvest back into this. They would just have... I guess they would have just enough guns left on the board to make this work, but with 2 AKs recovered as well. They'll be looking strong. But the economy is definitely on its back foot for the CT side. If they lose this round, they'll be handing, I guess, not only another round to Snake's Den for obvious reasons, right? But we're looking at a situation where their economy will start to fall. They're probably not going to be able to they won't be able to reinvest the op into the next round, even if they lose this. I guess arguably if they save it, right? But I don't think Snake's Den would, with the amount of money they have, be okay with letting the CT save. I assume they would try to go for some sort of hunt. So if God of Blast loses this round, I think we're looking at 14 rounds for Snake's Den. Because God of Blast would almost surely be forced back onto a save heading into the next round. And towards lower cam with an aggressive positioning. The boost finding them an early kill. This is another round where we see God of Blast finding an early kill. We saw it last time around. Zombie hung around a little bit too long and, you know, found out what it's like to be knocked down to low HP. Shot straight through the doors, and we're going to see Snake's Den reinvest some utility to force their way out towards mid. Cannon is waiting. Smoked off by 2 smokes. That does give way. The B-Rap to start to work its way through. No one's going to be able to make it work. And the kill over the top, I think it's from the op actually. Zombie finding it from the window. Bomb site going to be secured. Chewy missing a crucial op shot though as the bomb starts to work its way down. 2 players from tunnels starting to work their way in. Molotov denies some control, but the footsteps are quick and the kills are clean as God of Blast find themselves round 14. This is a round where I would almost certainly pause. As someone who's been in the server situations like this, I mean, and I know a lot of the times it doesn't like occur to you to pause a situation like this. And even if you're Snake's Den and you don't think this is a round where, you know, it might warrant pausing, you might think, okay, there's nothing to talk about. We need to just start hitting our shots. I think at this point, you want to give yourself a little bit of time to think. Settle with the scoreline and understand what's at risk, because in a situation like this, you want to make sure the team making the right decisions. I mean, for the time being, it seems to be God of Blast. They're finding a lot of these early kills. I mean, you can see Cam in this aggressive situation. I can also assure you, I mean, this cat take starting to come through, and I mean, the zombie off the back of that up finding another, once again, an early entry. But this is the kind of play you need to be making at late game situations such as this. That smoke starts to fade. Absolutely nothing Chewy can do in a situation like that. The trade does start to come through, but just like an absolute turret here in the catwalk as he drops 3. Wonderful work from him, the server, and the last rifle on the board for this T side. Potentially the last one for a while, at least with a full gun round. Up against 4 Globe, the new boy on the roster. Needs to come huge to give any chance for this T side to work out, but it's going to be Cam to pick up the op, find a 4th kill. There's absolutely no contestation. 32 kills in 27 rounds. Cam's been the absolute star for this roster and hero. In every round, he's been needed. But there's just one round separating this CT side from the win here on Dust 2. Their second one of the season in their 4th time playing it. Snake's Den potentially looking for an opening over towards the B bomb side. It is just Throat Goat ready to meet them. Denied by the smoke for the time being. Oman not going to be able to find any control. The rest of his team starting to rotate shortly behind him. Snake's Den's last attempt to pull this game back will be towards the B bomb site, but the rotates starting to shift. Throat Goat and Zombie positioned well, but the op shot not connecting. It will be all down to Throat Goat. Rotation on the ramps a little bit slow, and it drops as well, but the multi-kill looking so close, but caught and flashed off as well. He only finds one. The situation deteriorating so quickly does leave the last 2 players, Cam and Kenan, in an absolutely unwinnable situation. The money's starting to drop as well. You need these rifles, if not for this next round, for the one after that. You need to play this safe, because dropping these rifles could potentially mean a game-ending round. Snake's Den, they looked locked out of this round. We saw the man advantage. Not the literal man advantage, but positional advantage from God of Blast over towards B, and still Snake's Den brute force their way in. They find every single kill that they needed there in Throat Goat. I guess with only the 1 kill in the absolutely crucial situation we needed him to be in. Snake's Den given something to hang on to. And God of Blast, interestingly enough, I mean, it's understandable that they reinvest everything back into this. They'll be able to play for the next round, regardless of what utility they might be given. Snake's Den, hearing the utility that's been tossed over towards long, they've saved every single bit of it. Every single player still with 4 individual pieces of utility to work with, but still slowly starting to shift as Cat Control looks to be next on the cards. And 1:10 left on the clock. Another match point for God of Blast. That Molotov well placed, but I don't think Snake's Den were looking to try to hit the bomb site off of it. Utility starting to dwindle for the CT sign. The rotations starting to come through the A bomb site. It's going to be the target. 3 players ready to meet behind it. That smoke will give the T side some time to set this up. Tense lurking towards long could be the opening they need, but Jackie, if he smokes CT here, that could draw some attention. Back over towards the B bomb site. Actually, I'm misled, sorry. The attention should be over towards the B bomb site because this was a fake. Oh, Jackie finding the mid over towards the window. That does leave Throat Goat alone towards the B bomb site. Bomb being dropped in window, but not ready for the second follow-up. 3v4 situations, the bomb going down. You can already see the players retreating. Round 30 on the cards, potentially overtime. Snake's Den looking to recover, but if every rifle is saved here from God of Blast, the next round will be a gun round. Anything less, and Snake's Den are going to be given a really good shot, and you can see they're hunting for this. They understand the implications of this round. Going for this kill means everything to them. Towards the pit. Kill's going to go the way of Kenan. So 3 rifles left alive. Snake's Den find 14th. And we head into round 30. No, that's smoke missing. Unfortunate situation, but follow-up is close by, but that's utility you want in a round like this because money's still low. Throat Goat on an MP9 for the round. And Snake's Den, we saw them in these last couple rounds. They've been playing very slow. They've been careful to bait out every single bit of utility that the CT side has, and then they picked a bomb site and tried to hit it together, and it's worked out for them. To their credit, they're reading the situations very well. Towards Cat, CT side starting to make their move this time. Gonna flash off the angle. I understand the aggression CT sides would like to make for the time being. But falling off. Molotov to deny a little bit of control. But no mollies left to work with. A minute left on the clock. One of the last remaining smokes towards mid. Snake's Den working with long control now, and with Cat in hand, they're set to make a move over towards the A bomb site, but the bomb slowly in tunnels, risking a little bit, but starting to shift back. 38 seconds left on the clock. Cross smoke starting to come through that will divert attention, but the rest of the weaponry starting to shift up towards long. Cam, AK in hand, he's been doing so much great work for this team, but this time around he doesn't get the kill when it's needed the most. Kennen burning the Molotov. I'm not sure how he wasn't killed earlier from that, but we'll find tens regardless. Aggressive post plants though. Jackie finding a kill in towards CT. Response from Kennen up towards Cat. A crucial gunfight lost from the CT side. 2v3, the bomb ticking, the only kits in CT. It needs to start shifting up, but more importantly, Throat Goat needs this kill. Globe not positioned well enough, drops his Throat Goat finds two. Omod positioned well, though, finding another. The bomb starting to tick. Kennen in a rough situation, but looking to go for it. It's going to be Omod finding himself two at the end of the round, and Snake's Den bringing themselves back in overtime after a very disastrous second half. I'm sure that's a lot of pressure relieved because that was not a scoreline that's easy to come back from. If anything, that should be a PowerPoint presentation on why economy is so important in this game, because God of Blast were struggling for so long. I feel like the last 4 games I've casted have gone into overtime. I don't know what's happening, but we take it. Let me turn on auto direct. I'm gonna lean back for a little bit, relax, because I have a feeling this could be one of those games that goes to like 3 overtimes. I just have one of those vibes. Neither team is really dominant enough. I would say God of Blast has been dominant, but only in situations where Cam's getting like 3 kills. And so for some reason he turns off in OT. I mean, I could see Snake's Den coming away with this relatively easily. But star players, generally not ones to just stop playing well halfway through the game. As we head into overtime, Cam on 33, Chewy on 29, Jackie on 25. This player's doing great work for their teams, at least for the time being. Really push out towards mid. Zombie playing with fire here. Spotted out and immediately falling back, but Snake's Den still playing ritualistic Counter-Strike. Slow and steady wins the race in their books. Cat control starts to be taken. Kennen's hearing a lot of this information, and Zombie's waiting near him to potentially go try to flick off of this early, but Olivia's waiting alone on the bomb side as the rifles start to shift their way out. Olivia's not going for information on this, which is scary because there's a lot of rifles waiting on the other side of these boxes, starting to shift their way out. Contact's been made. The rotates need to come through, and shifting in towards mid-globe is ready for this, and the kill towards a bomb site comes in. The Molotov will deny a little bit control, but the Molotov from this T side will do so as well. Kill on the flank's been traded out. Cam still standing over towards Long. This post-plan situation could go either way. So 4v3 in the favor of Snake's Den. But with Long still working out. Cam starting to push up as well. Jackie finding another off the back of the op. Showing up when needed, and that flick excellent as well. Cam dropped on the flank, and Jackie going huge with the op finding 3 in the post plant. Does drop Gotta Blast a little bit lower, but the economy not going to be a worry for them this time around. We saw them losing so much momentum of it as a result. But MR3, or is it MR6? I don't exactly know the rule set, or I guess the notation of it, but 16k to work with 3 rounds. Gotta blast. Gotta blast, won't be worried. Cam pushes up towards Cat, though. He's found these kills so many times, and again, delivering. In response, Snake's Den recognize that usually means several players are positioned up towards Catwalk. They've obtained long control for a relatively free cost. Cross smokes start to come through. Globe's lurking in towards the mid doors. He's did a good job in the last round of keeping the other team on edge, and he's been spotted out for the time being as the crosses start to come through. 2 CTs, ready to meet them. Only one, even close to the bomb site to contend with. This Chewy looks to plant the bomb. This is a dangerous move. Flashbang coming through, and he barely escapes with his life there. Up towards the A site. Cam dropping another. Tan's close to this angle. The flash conceals his corner, but instead, Tan's left alone on the spin towards Pit with the bomb up against 5. All 5 of those players staying alive. Has got a blast, return with 16. An excellent post-plant situation from them, but again, all on the back of Cam. If I'm Snake's Den at this point, I want to target Cam. I need him eliminated from the server because he's essentially the only player that Snake's Den even have to contest with in these mid-round situations. Slower pace from the T side once again. Zombie looking to change it up for himself, though, forcing a gunfight in towards tunnels and finding the better end of it. 5v4 situation now, and in response, Snake's Den looking to work the way up cap, but 3 CTs ready to meet them again. Playing anti-flash. It will be Olivia, though, to find the kill. All these kills going blue on the scoreboard. Jackie spotting a player in towards CT. Intense's approach up towards Long's been skewered. The rotation's now cut off. Jackie's been trapped. The 2 players still positioned up towards Catwalk. This will be interesting as the smoke starts to fade. Jackie finding another kill and following up as well. He just needs to stay alive here for a little while longer. His team can do the rest. He's lost track of Jackie. Towards Catwalk. Olivia swings into 2. Oh, that's an excellent one tap as Jackie finds another kill in towards mid. It'll be Kenan in a 1v2 situation looking to try to find the last 2, but playing around the boxes. Globe pulling up huge. Rookie on the roster. Coming up in overtime. Snake's Den in the first half overtime, 2-1. I'm curious, was anyone expecting going into this game for this to go to OT? Oh, what's up, Arson? How you doing, bud? I'm wondering how the players in the server are doing. If Snake's gonna come up with this win, I'll be interested in doing an interview with I think with Jackie. We should get to see, because I'm curious to see what the mentality is this entire game, because it's been so back and forth. As we took down to the first 30 seconds of the round, neither team's found themselves a kill yet. No significant map control being obtained either. Got a blast playing this just as slow as Snake's Den were, but this time around. Mid control up for grabs instead of catwalk. That Molotov definitely denying some presence though. Playing around the box. Jackie dropping as well. That's an excellent kill from this T side, but more importantly, it drops one of the more important players on the side of Snake's Den and up towards Long Omad, only able to find one. The A split is open. Intense needs to pick between these two angles, opting back towards Cat. Going on the offensive. The hope here is that he can find some kills caught off guard, and oh, you can see and then considered going through that smoke, but instead he'll stick behind it as it starts to fade. He'll drop as well. That leaves Got a blast in a very awkward 2v3 situation, brought down into a 2v2. Back a zombie top. The op planted. And the Molotov going a little bit too deep. Hence picks up another, leaving Zombie in a 1v2 situation, but the op, such a good gun to deal with. Intense drops him as well. Coming up huge with 4. Snake's Den back on map and match point. We saw in the first half of this game how Snake's Den, they lost their momentum only off the back of some rough economic situations as well, and so they're looking comfortable at this point. That last round was very much a continuation of how they started the first half, but early long utility being brought up by both teams. Contention on the cards and forced out by a Molotov. Cam goes down. The front runner of this T-side roster out of the picture. The remaining 4 need to figure out how to claw their way back into this. 2 flawless rounds needed for them just to fight for double overtime, and they'll pick the target back over towards mid. Mid to B to work with, but Chewy's close to this, and there's plenty more players on the CT side ready to pay attention. Omad with a flash out will send Chewy through the smoke, looking to find 2. One of the cards will just be enough as Omad swings through, finds one with the M4. Jackie pushing through. That's a nice quick flick from him. The zombie drops another on the B bomb site. Bomb stuck in towards mid though. Jackie just needs to live for his teammate to rotate his way back through. And everything on the line for Zombie. Quick shots. Or he loses everything and the smoke starts to fade. He finds it off the back of the fade. 10 swings back through. Finds the trade. And Snake's Den find a win 19-16 after an excellent game here on Dust 2. There's honestly so much to talk about there. But, I mean, I'd say at this point, there's no better person to talk to than my boy Jackie himself. Let's see if we can get him on. Oh, all right. Hey, what's up?
Hey, bro, what's going on?
How you doing, man? Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing good. Just, hyped off the dub.
Yeah, so I know the last time I casted you guys, you didn't have let me check real quick. You guys didn't have Globe or Tense on the roster, so talk me through it. How's the last couple days been going? How's practice? How's it been working integrating these 2 new players?
To be very honest with you, we haven't practiced at all in the past week.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, our 5th and our 4th left. Slash, we had some issues, so we just had to call it with some people, and so we just kind of went into this match sort of just fresh. Everyone just came in like warmed up. Everyone had like frag over the weekend or was just hanging out. So we kind of just needed to reset off our last roster, and so yeah, so. Who do we pick up? His name is Lems. I don't know what it is on ESEA. I think it's Globe.
Yes, Globe.
Yeah, we actually picked him up. Um, he's someone who has been recommended for us, and we actually had a different fifth in mind, but we had a roster limit. So that's why Tense has been filling in for us. So it was really just a really big scramble
Right.
today, if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, I don't mean to ramble or anything, but it
No,
just sort of
yeah.
just sort of letting you know what kind of went into this match. It was just sort of us just fresh, uh, mentally. Season can be exhausting, especially when you're grinding hard with a
Yeah.
team.
I mean, that's very important notes to bring as well about as well. I mean, I talked about heading into this game that I mean, with those two roster changes, I mean, it's fairly confident to say with any context that any team with two roster changes I mean, I would argue three roster changes within the past like 3 weeks, right? You guys aren't really you can't expect to be on your top game. Any chemistry is not going to be fully built yet. You don't really have a tactical game plan maybe figured out with all the new players being implemented, and so I did say that while you guys were coming into Dust 2 against a team it's playing for the fourth time, it is Dust 2. You guys could just show up to the server and you hitting shots like the way you did, coming up strong in the server. Dust 2 is a map where you just need a couple players to pop off and you can win it out, and indeed you guys did, right? So
Absolutely, yeah, man.
yeah,
Actually, coming into today, like I actually just got back from like a trip. I was going to Ottawa, and I hopped on about 20 minutes before the match and found out it was Dust 2. And it's actually that made me very happy, man, because Dust 2 is it's a map that's been around forever. Everyone knows how to play it,
right.
and credit to Tense and Glow because they're really good teammates and like they're really easy to play off. And so yeah, definitely credit to them. Credit to the boys. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a couple more questions for you because I mean the game was very back and forth overall. We saw you guys starting off the game with the pistol round win. You guys won the follow up, and then on the bonus round you guys lost, but then won it back to start building some momentum of your own. At some point the economy fell apart, and you guys started to lose momentum. What was going through your head at that point?
Just stay in it, man. Just no matter what happens, we gotta stay in it until we hit 16, right? Until someone hits 16, and that's sort of our mentality. Before, especially early on in the season, we would sometimes not save our economy properly, and we would just kind of rush into buys because we were flustered.
Right.
And I think that came in huge for us today because we were able to get in like a good buy. Um, and that way, like we had our utility, we worked long slow, like we worked the map pretty slow for the most part on T
Yeah.
side, so that we need all of our utility for that. So those saves were really, really crucial for us, and it's something that took us, half the season to learn. But it's good to see us finally do it. But yeah, in that moment, to answer your question, it's just staying in it. Like we have a really good team environment. No one's like mentally like dipping out or anything. Like everyone's just chill. Like we're just going to the next round, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, we even saw that mentality towards the latter end of regulation. You guys were down a couple of rounds, and you guys were able to once again break their economy and just put them in back to back like rounds where they either lost the first kill or didn't have the utility to play the post play situations correctly. And I mean, once you guys worked your way back into overtime, I mean, was this the same sort of thought process? Just we got to keep going.
Yeah, man. Just keep it going. We sort of just stopped trying to early on in the half on T side. We were sort of just trying to rush them down long, and really force that long control. But once that wasn't successful for us, and we just started defaulting, and it was working for us, that's what we just kept rolling through. Um, on our overtime as well is we just kept defaulting, just working map control. As soon as we know what setup they're in, then we can react off that.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
I mean, speaking of the setup too, I mean, this is I guess is an important point I kind of want to talk about earlier too. But I mean, Cam and the server absolutely like did so much work to bring them as far as they did in that
Shout out
match, and
Cam, bro. That's one of my old teammates. That's my
yeah,
dog.
yeah,
Alright.
that's what I'm saying. So like, was there any point in the game where you guys were starting to think like, this guy's pushing up Cat almost every single round on their CT side? We need to start countering this. Was that ever a thought?
No, not really. To be honest, we knew he was coming up cat, but he wasn't really doing much in terms of like probing in and actually going for picks in terms of like early in the round. So our main focus was just like getting that long control because
Okay,
we felt as though if we had control from them, then they really couldn't do much in terms of like a cat hit. That's how we felt, anyways.
right.
But yeah, Cam went off. Cam's kind of nuts.
Yeah,
That's my dog.
shout out to my boy Cam then. All right. Yeah, so I guess I'll leave it off with one thing. I won't ask you who the MVP of the match is because considering you guys won, I'm more than happy to give it to either you or Chewy. I guess I'll let you decide. What do you think? Is it you or Chewy? You feel like you're being
Chewy,
selfish
man,
today?
Chewy,
Chewy?
Chewy hit some crazy shots, man. Like he had some. I just watched him hit like a nasty spray transfer, and I started going nuts in this fucking. Oh,
All
sorry,
right.
in the in game comms. But yeah, Chewy, man, for sure. He
All
really
right, so
worked his hardest.
Chewy with the MVP tonight. Definitely happy with that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Congratulations on the win tonight. Anything else you want to say to the boys watching today?
Yeah, man. All I gotta say is shout out Snakes and GG. You know, we've had some rough roster rides, but they've been with us through all of it, and they're really, really great org. They've helped us through a lot of the season. Shout out Snakes Den, man.
All right. Well, at the tail end of that, congratulations on the win. I'll let you go celebrate. Have a good night, man.
Alright, man. Peace.
Peace. All right, and I guess with that said, that does cover up a lot of the kind of post game I wanted to talk about. On Snake Sense T side, just doing such a good job at playing slow, breaking the economy. You've got a blast and winning, especially just man down situations that they ended in so much of the time and finding themselves in the B bomb site in really good post plant situations, forcing their way in towards A and getting aggressive post plants. It did do them a lot of favors heading into the game, and I mean even heading into overtime, they won it out. I think, I mean not completely cleanly. They did lose one round on their T side, but absolutely great work from them. They come through the win, and they bring themselves to I think a 4-6. Let me just make sure I'm not mistaken there. Yeah, 4-6 on the season, so still on the road to playoffs? Question mark, maybe question mark. But that's gonna be it for me tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the match, and potentially we'll be back. We'll be back for another one later on. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.